Most people believe SUVs are expensive machines that eventually turn into financial nightmares. The kind of vehicle that seems perfect when you buy it, but 5 years later starts sending you repair bills that feel like a second mortgage. But here's the truth. Some SUVs are the complete opposite. They don't fall apart at 120,000 miles. They don't spend weeks sitting at the dealership. Owners don't rush to trade them in the moment the warranty expires. Instead, they quietly keep driving them. 200,000 miles, 300,000 miles, sometimes even 500,000 miles. Mechanics see them roll into the shop for basic maintenance and shake their heads because the engine still runs like it has another decade left. Today, we're looking at 10 SUVs that have built a reputation for being almost impossible to kill. Vehicles so reliable that owners often refuse to sell them. And while some of these names are predictable, a few of the SUVs in the middle of this list are hidden reliability legends most people completely overlook. Let's start with number 10, Subaru Forester. Specifically, the 4th and 5th generation models, built from 2014 to today. Now, Subaru's reliability reputation has always been a little complicated. Older Subaru engines had some well-known head gasket problems, and for a long time, that issue followed the brand everywhere. But something important happened when Subaru redesigned the Forester in 2014. They addressed those problems and moved to a timing chain system instead of a timing belt, dramatically improving long-term durability. One of the reasons the Forester ages so well comes from its unique engine layout. Subaru uses what's called a boxer engine. Instead of the cylinders standing upright like most engines, they sit flat and move horizontally. That design lowers the vehicle's center of gravity and reduces vibration. Less vibration means less long-term stress on internal engine components. It's a small engineering detail that makes a big difference over hundreds of thousands of miles. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system is another reason these SUVs last so long. Unlike some AIWD systems that only activate when slip is detected, Subaru's system is always engaged. That balanced power distribution reduces strain on drivetrain components over time. Owners constantly mention the same thing when talking about their Foresters. They just keep going. Routine oil changes, basic maintenance, and these SUVs quietly rack up mileage year after year without demanding much attention. Moving on to number 9, the Honda Pilot. Specifically, the 3rd generation built from 2016 to 2022. This is one of those SUVs that rarely gets talked about in reliability discussions, but mechanics know exactly how durable they are. The secret behind the Pilot's longevity is surprisingly simple. It uses one of Honda's most proven engines, the 3.5-liter V6. This engine was designed to handle far more stress than most Pilot owners will ever put it through. Think about the typical life of a family SUV. School drop-offs, highway trips, grocery runs. Compared to the heavy workloads engines face in trucks or performance cars, the Pilot's engine is barely being pushed. When an engine spends most of its life operating well below its maximum capability, it tends to last a very long time. Another reason for the Pilot's durability is parts sharing. Honda used many of the same components across several vehicles, including the Odyssey, minivan, and Ridgeline pickup. When manufacturers produce millions of identical parts across multiple vehicles, reliability usually improves. Problems get identified quickly and fixed early in the production cycle. That's why many Pilot owners comfortably drive their SUVs past 200,000 miles, with nothing more than routine maintenance. At number 8, we have a luxury SUV that many used car buyers overlook, the Acura RDX, but not the newest version, the 2nd generation RDX, built between 2013 and 2018. This version used a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine paired with a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission, and that combination turned out to be incredibly reliable. The engine in this RDX belongs to Honda's famous J-Series family. Mechanics have trusted these engines for decades because they are simple, durable, and extremely well understood. The only major maintenance item is replacing the timing belt around 100,000 miles. Do that service on schedule, and the engine can nicely run another 100,000 miles or more. Unlike the newer RDX models that use turbocharged engines and more complicated transmissions, this generation keeps things simple, and simplicity is often the biggest factor in long-term reliability. Owners get a luxury interior, a quiet ride, and strong performance without the high repair costs that often come with European luxury SUVs. At number 7, we have one of the most famous compact SUVs ever built, the Honda CR-V, especially models produced between 2012 and 2022. The CR-V has built a reputation as one of the most dependable vehicles on the road, and there's a good reason for that. Earlier versions used Honda's legendary K-Series 4-cylinder Engine. This engine is practically a celebrity in the automotive world because of its durability. Technicians across the country have worked on thousands of them, and they know exactly how reliable they are. Later, CR-V hybrid models introduced a different kind of reliability advantage. Instead of relying on a traditional transmission, Honda hybrid system uses electric motors that connect directly to the wheels. Fewer mechanical components means fewer parts that can fail, and regenerative braking extends the life of brake components dramatically. Many CR-V owners report driving well past 200,000 miles with surprisingly low maintenance costs, and that's exactly why people hold on to them for so long. Now let's talk about a vehicle that deserves far more credit than it usually receives. Number 6. The Mazda CX-5. Mazda took a very different engineering approach with the CX-5 compared to many other manufacturers. Instead of chasing fuel economy with small turbocharged engines and complex transmissions, Mazda focused on building a naturally aspirated engine that was both efficient and durable. Their Skyactiv 2.5-liter engine uses high-compression technology to improve efficiency without the heat and stress that turbochargers often introduce. But one of the most important decisions Mazda made was avoiding CVT transmissions, while several competitors moved toward belt-driven CVTs in the name of fuel economy. Mazda stuck with a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission. That decision alone significantly improved long-term reliability. Owners frequently mention that the CX-5 feels more expensive than it actually is. The interior quality rivals entry-level luxury vehicles, but the maintenance costs remain similar to other mainstream Japanese SUVs. That balance between driving experience, reliability, and affordability has made the CX-5 a favorite among long-term owners. Halfway through the list brings us to number 5, the Toyota Highlander. Few SUVs have built a stronger reputation for family reliability. The Highlander shares many components with the Lexus RX and the Toyota Sienna. That shared engineering allows Toyota to refine the same components across millions of vehicles. And when something is produced at that scale, manufacturers have plenty of opportunities to identify weaknesses and improve the design. But the Highlander Hybrid is where things become especially impressive. Toyota's hybrid system does not use the traditional belt-driven CVT design that many people worry about. Instead, it relies on a planetary gear system. There are no belts to wear out, no pulleys to fail, just gears working together in a simple mechanical layout. This design has been used by Toyota for decades and has proven to be extremely durable. Many Highlander hybrid owners report driving well beyond 250,000 miles, while still using the original hybrid battery. That kind of longevity is rare in the automotive world. Number 4 is the luxury benchmark for reliability, the Lexus RX. For over 20 years, the RX has been one of the most dependable luxury SUVs ever built. The 3.5-liter V6 engine used in the RX 350 has been refined across multiple generations and millions of vehicles. By the time most buyers purchase one, the powertrain has already been tested across countless real-world conditions, and the results speak for themselves. While some European luxury SUVs become extremely expensive to maintain once they pass 100,000 miles, the RX often continues running. With minimal repairs, Elnars regularly describe the RX with one simple phrase: it just works. Everything from the engine to the interior materials seems designed to age gracefully, and that's why you still see older RX models from the early 2000s driving around today. Now we're entering the heavy hitters. Number 3, the Toyota Sequoia. This SUV is built on the same platform as the Toyota Tundra pickup truck. That means the frame, suspension, and drivetrain were originally engineered to handle demanding workloads. But when those heavy-duty components are used primarily as a family SUV, they rarely experience the kind of stress they were designed for. The second generation Sequoia introduced Toyota's powerful 5.7-liter V8 engine. This engine has earned a reputation for extreme durability. In fact, some Tundra owners using the same engine have pushed it past 1 million miles. That level of over-engineering is exactly why these SUVs last so long. Studies show that a large percentage of Sequoias reach 250,000 miles or more, a number far higher than the average vehicle. Number 2 is a vehicle that hides its true identity extremely well. The Lexus GX460. At first glance, it looks like a comfortable luxury SUV built for suburban life. But underneath, the leather interior and refined styling is something much tougher. The GX460 shares its core engineering with the legendary Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This platform is used around the world in harsh blue environments where reliability is critical. Remote deserts, mountain, roads. Regions where mechanical failure could leave drivers stranded for days. Because of that mission, Toyota engineered the GX to be incredibly durable. Its 4.6-liter V8 engine, paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, has proven to be extremely reliable over long periods of time. Many owners report driving well beyond 300,000 miles with proper maintenance. And finally, we reach number 1. The SUV that almost everyone expected to see here. The Toyota 4Runner. Few vehicles have built a stronger reputation for longevity. The 5th-generation 4Runner has remained largely unchanged for more than a decade. And in the world of reliability, that consistency is actually a major advantage. While other manufacturers constantly introduce new technologies and complex systems, Toyota kept the 4Runner simple. Its 4.0-liter V6 engine uses a timing chain instead of a belt. Its 5-speed automatic transmission is widely known for being extremely durable, and its body-on-frame construction makes it more like a truck than a typical crossover SUV. That rugged design allows it to handle high mileage and rough conditions without developing the structural fatigue that can appear in some unibody vehicles. Owners love the simplicity, physical buttons, straightforward engineering, and a powertrain that has already proven itself over millions of miles for many drivers. The 4Runner represents the ultimate long-term SUV, a vehicle you can buy once and drive for decades. And if you maintain it properly, that reputation might not be an exaggeration at all. Because when it comes to reliability, sometimes the best engineering decision is simply building something strong enough to last forever. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe, because every week we explore vehicles that offer the best value, reliability, and long-term ownership experience. And in the next video, we're looking at something surprising: luxury cars that secretly last longer than economy vehicles. You might be shocked by what makes that list.